is June 16th, 2026, and today is my oath-taking ceremony. Guys, in less than 4 hours, I'm going to be a Canadian citizen, guys. Today is my citizenship ceremony. And after endless application, writing, citizenship test, and waiting, I finally get to do this ceremony like thousands of others before me and become a Canadian citizen. I'm so excited because you guys, you were with me right from the very beginning, from my landing days to finding my foot days to switching career days to raising a family day, moving apartment days, and a whole lot of stuff. You guys have been with me. So it's just natural that I share this awesome day that the Lord has made with you guys. Okay? So basically, our ceremony is this morning. I have not done anything. Like, I woke up and just like showered. I'm going to be doing my makeup in a bit, and I also need to iron my outfit. But my kids are also getting ready. They also are coming with me for the ceremony. I wanted to talk to you guys and tell you the wonderful news, which I'm sure I already have, because you guys have been filming my process, and I want you guys to like go through, like, I want you to feel as part of this journey as possible. So I did film the process, the applications, the wait, and all of that, and it's going to be in this same vlog by God's grace. So I'm up this morning and I'm trying to get dressed. I want to show you guys what I am wearing. Nothing too fancy, even though I feel like your ceremony day is just one day that you will be allowed to pull all the stops without being judged. You're expected to come in, you're expected to take pictures, you're expected to look glab. Like, they even make room for it. From what I was reading, like through the correspondence, you're allowed to take as many pictures. If you want to come with a big tripod and a big camera, they don't care. They're just all about you capturing that day and celebrating it, because they realize what a big milestone and what a big day it is for you. So you can come in with your buba, you can come in anyhow, just be happy and make memories of that day. That's all they want. All right, so yeah, I just want to show you guys what I got that I'm wearing. I'm going to be wearing blue today. We're all wearing blue actually. My kids are wearing like light blue, and I'm wearing like will I call it a navy blue or royal blue? I would call it a navy blue, like kind of like an office blue. This is my dress, okay? This is what I'm wearing. I'm pairing it with gold accessories and a light blue shoe. So the shoe that I'm going to be wearing is going to be matching my kids' outfits. Let me show you my shoe, guys. Just hold on. Let me show you. I got these shoes from College Spring, okay? And these are my shoes that I'm going to be wearing, guys. They're just barely there sandals in light blue, and my dress is a navy blue, okay? And then of course I'm going to do my makeup, but before I even do any of that, I have to press this dress. I don't think I stored it in a really great way, so it has some creases, so I'm just going to steam it, and then I will do my makeup, and then I'll come back, talk to you guys before I go help my kids, okay? Come attend this ceremony with me today, okay? All right, I'll be right back. Let me go get my makeup done and straighten this dress, all right? I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, we are ceremony ready. This is my dress, guys. How do I look? What do you guys think? It has pockets. This is how I look. I feel great. It's 6:30 a.m. and I'm going to check on my kids now. The plan is to leave the house for 7 a.m. so that we can get there for 7:45 a.m. Actually get there even earlier. If we can get there like 7:40, even better, because the ceremony starts at 7:45. So yeah, I'm dressed. My kids are getting dressed. Let me go check on them and find out if they're doing okay. And I'll take you guys along for the ceremony. I'm not sure if I'll come back. Maybe the kids want to say hi or something, but I'll definitely be taking you guys along on the ceremony. So yeah, let's go get our certificates and become Canadian. All right, see you guys. Let's go.
We were sparks on quiet streets, two hearts finding where to meet. But life pulled us apart, left me talking to the dark. If I called you tonight, would it feel the same? Or have we both moved on to different names? Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. When the world
Theodora Mekwunye.
back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. Take
Guys, we just finished with our citizenship ceremony, and I want to see if I can have our passports taken here because we are currently in the IRCC office premises, and there's a passport photograph place close by. So I want to see if we can take our passport photograph. We're going for a celebratory lunch from here. I'm going to be trying to see if we can apply for our certificates next week. I'll just give them a week, just a week, and then I'll try to see if we can apply, okay? I already had the forms filled out and everything, thankfully. So yeah, we'll do that. I'll take you guys along when we go for lunch, all right? Hiya. Guys, we're going out for our celebratory dinner, no longer lunch, because we found out that the restaurant opens at 5, so we have to come home and really relax. No, it was 5, yeah, but I said 4:30 so we can get there for 5. See the girls. Yeah, so we go to the restaurant. See, my girls look so fly. See this one. She looks so good. Okay. Oh, good. And my little butterfly. Yep. Guys, I can't wait to eat. So we'll see you guys at the restaurant, okay? Bye bye.
We were sparks on quiet streets, two hearts finding where to meet. But life pulled us apart, left me talking to the dark. If I called you tonight, would it feel the same? Or have we both moved on to different names? Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. When the world felt small and your hands felt warm. Take me back to the start, if only for a moment. I've been up since
Hey guys, welcome back on the vlog. So today is the Monday after my ceremony. Like, my ceremony was on a Tuesday and today is the Monday afterwards, and I'm going to apply for my passport. Basically, I'm going with my first daughter, Jaina. Eliana's gone to school. She doesn't need to be there, I think, from what I saw, because she's a minor. I only just need to go with like the adults in the application, and my daughter Gina is applying as an adult because she's 16 and above 16, so we're going together to apply. I think this is the last step in the process. I'm going with some documentation, but most of the documentation is just like representation documentation, like your ID, driver's license, school ID, Nigerian passport, I would highly recommend that if your Nigerian passport has expired before you're about to apply for your citizenship, you should, go and reapply. Or you're going to have to get like an Alberta or like any provincial card, because you're going to need some kind of ID. Once they take away your PR card, which they will during the citizenship ceremony, you're going to need something to identify you, and you just don't need one identity. So even if you have your driver's license, you will need a second ID. For me, my second ID is my Nigerian international passport, and the same for my daughter, right? She's going to use her international Nigerian passport, and she's also going to use her school ID. So I'm just thinking, like, if I didn't renew my passport, I would have had to go do like a provincial ID. So if you are, trying to do that process, it's either you get a provincial ID or you get your Nigerian passport updated. I don't know. The group I was in when I was trying to apply, I saw some people had issues with the fact that their passports had expired. And for that, I think you have to write like a long explanation or something. I really don't know the ins and outs of that. I never had that issue because, of course, I had reapplied for my Nigerian passport, and I used that when I was doing my application. Maybe to be on the safe side, just make sure that your Nigerian passport is valid, just in case. But I know that it made things easy for me that I had my Nigerian passport already not expired and I had it valid. So maybe look into that, ask some questions. I would highly recommend that you join a group for your passport. It helps when you can see others having their issues and they're commenting, and you're reading people's experiences and you're avoiding any issues. So in my case, I was in that group before I even started my application. I think I was in that group. I just joined that group from the time I became qualified to apply, and I was just looking at people's, I never even commented on that group. Oh, I did comment on that group when I wanted to write my exams, because I was asking for materials to study, but I was reading a lot of people's comments there about issues they had, and and people were giving advice on how to. I think because of all that advice, I never had any issues. When I was doing my application, I just made sure that there was an explanation for everything that I've considered queer or odd. I made sure that I put an explanation, and even went further to type out my explanation on on Word, and then scan it and upload it as well, just so that even if they don't see it properly on the application page, they will see it as an attachment and will be able to read it. And because of that, I never got any query. I never got any get me this document or update document, or we want to see this or nothing. It was very smooth and straightforward. I don't know. My application took 6 months. The regular application that I've seen is usually about a 9 months process, sometimes 8 months. My application took 6 months and I was done. It was very short. When I got a request to write my citizenship test and I went ahead to write the test, it was just like how long after I wrote my test that I saw that I had passed my L. And not too long after I had passed my LPP, it wasn't even up to a month, I logged into my tracker and I saw that my profile had been updated to oath taking request to be sent soon. I could see the date of my ceremony and everything, even though I hadn't received the proper invitation letter yet, but I could see it on my portal. It was very fast is what I'm saying. And I think that most of those things are just down to the officer that is assigned to your file. If you're unlucky and you have an officer that kind of wastes time, it's going to be a long process. If you're lucky and you get an officer that is very straightforward and does really quickly, you will get your process really soon. So my process was really fast. I'm going now to go and apply for my passport, and there's a Service Canada in downtown, and that's where I'm going. I'm going to go there and apply, and then I think the next time I'll come back to update you guys will probably be when my passport comes. Wish me luck, guys. I just got back from Shoppers Drug Mart and I have the packages. This is everything, all three. But I'm just going to open mine. Okay, let's do this. is mine. Do I even need to do this? Let's see. I can see a flap here. I can already see the passports. Yep. Let me just take a moment to just take everything in, guys. This passport is beautiful, but most importantly, this passport is a confirmation of God's word to me, a word that God gave me privately about my life here and about my journey. This passport is the fulfillment of God's word to me. This is a confirmation of God's promise. This is a confirmation that He was with me through this journey. He was always with me, even though there were times I doubted, but He was always with me. And that's it. So this ends my, I feel like crying, but this ends my immigration journey, guys. This is it. God is faithful. I want to speak a word to whoever is watching. If you're in the middle of your journey, if you're in the middle of relocating, or you're just waiting, or you're already here and it's hard and you cannot remember God's word or God's promises, take this as a testimony and a fulfillment of God's promise to this little girl from Onichubu. This little girl from Onichubu, God has been good to me and my family. I'll end this vlog here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. God bless you. So guys, today is the 3rd of December 2025 and I'm about to start my online application. I actually qualified to be a Canadian citizen all the way in May, guys, but for some reason I did not start my application. I just wasn't ready, but I'm ready now. I opened my account, so I've already opened an online account. They give you 60 days from the day that you open it to have your account open and then complete your application. And I opened mine last month. This month is the last month that I have to have that account open, so I actually have to start my process today. I don't know how long it's going to take me to complete the application. I have my flash drive here, and what I've been doing like throughout the months before now is to put in all my documentation as scanned digital copies into my hard drive, just so that I don't have to look for anything. So when I opened my online application, I went through everything that was needed. I looked at all the questions and I was making notes, right? And I think I covered I covered everything that I needed to scan, and I scanned them and they're in my hard drive. So I'm just going to connect it to my laptop and upload directly from my laptop. And then you need to have Word on your laptop so that you can write out your explanations. There's space in the form itself to write out your explanations, but I would like to do that on Word and just attach it as an attachment. You can actually do that as well. You can attach a PDF or you can attach a PDF copy of your explanations to each section that you want to explain about. I don't know, I just think it's easier, and it might be easier for the immigration officer. So just in case I miss out anything, or maybe the space that is given on the form is not enough, everything will be covered in the PDF document that I will upload. Why do I need to explain? There are certain things that happened, like my passport expired, and I have a new passport. So I actually have to let the officer know that I had a passport before, the passport that I came into the country with. This is the passport. My passport number has changed because my passport has changed, and this is my old number and this is my new number. They're very particular about you leaving the country. Like, did you travel anywhere? Because they're just particular about that, that accumulation of your time here. I haven't traveled anywhere since I came here. I've been in one place, and I just have to, explain to the officer that I haven't been anywhere. But I have done quite a lot of stuff. I did a program, I did internship, I wrote exams, I was jobless at a point. I had my first job here in Canada, and I've moved quite a bit. This is my second permanent apartment here in Canada, and I've had 2 temporary Airbnb residencies since I've been here. So basically all these things you have to put them in your application, including your Airbnb, because they act as residence addresses for you temporarily while you were here. You have to put those addresses. So if you don't know where you stay to do your Airbnb, you have to trace it and find the address, because you're going to have to include it. And yeah, I think that's about it. I know somebody's going to come and ask me here about Nathan and all of that. Nathan is an American citizen. He will need to denounce his Nigerian citizenship if he's going to take up Canadian. I have under my application my daughters, so I'm applying for them as well. Even though their history is very short, it's still going to be a lot of work for me to, apply mine and then apply for them as well. But I'm going to do that. They don't really need much uploading, because I think the only thing I need to upload for them is just their international passports that we have renewed, and then quote the old passport numbers for our old passports. I think that's the only thing. And then maybe their date of births, like their birth certificates. I think that's like the only thing. Then I have to put in their school. So basically just get ready for a lot of history about what you've been doing in Canada. All of this is just supposed to trace you and track you, because they're going to be doing background check. All of this is just supposed to trace and track you to be sure that you have actually, met the requirement. You've been here for 1,095 days. If they find out that you traveled, even if it's just one day, you are not qualified. So make sure that you are qualified before you start the process. I don't know how long the process is going to take me. I looked at it. It looks pretty easy. I'm hoping that I might be able to finish it up today, but I have work tomorrow, so I might not want to stress myself out. So I'm just giving myself the whole of this week between now and the 7th of December to be done this application, then pay, and then see how that goes and everything. But of course, I have to come and share with you guys. My plan is to share every detail of this process with you guys, just in case someone is trying to build their own timeline, or you are also in the process like myself and you're trying to also start your application. Hopefully this video will be relevant to you. I've not done this before. This is my first time, but I asked a lot of questions, and I know that you can apply either online or you can apply like paper-based. Of course, I chose the online application. I don't like stress, so that's going to work really fine for me. How do I feel? I feel fulfilled. I feel completed. I'm excited. I'm excited that I didn't rush this process and I took the time when I was now stable and in the best state of mind to start this process, so that I can actually soak in the feeling. Like, I know that once I start, I'm going to start getting anxious about everything. So that's why I'm going to take my time to make sure I fill my application very diligently, so that I'm not going to be somewhere thinking about, did I fill it correctly? What if they send me a document request? What if they call me to, add this or ask me questions I can't answer or something? I don't know. I've never heard anything like that, but I don't know. I could be the first. I'm in a group. I'm in a passport group, and people there have issues sometimes, but I'm hoping and praying to God, please, that I will fill this application and I will have absolutely no issues. My prayer is to go from 0 to the end, 0 to 100, with no wait, no stalling, no callbacks, nothing. That is my prayer. All right, guys, I came in here as just this wide-eyed Nigerian who didn't know anything about the life here. Everything was unfamiliar. The culture, the workplace, the food, the stores, the streets, the housing, navigation, the terrain, everything was completely new to me. But today I sit here and I know that I have gone through the fire, and from this point on it can only get better. I am more settled. I am more happy. I still have a lot to learn, of course. I will learn every day. I'm learning every day, new stuff, new things, but I'm very far from the girl who came to this country in 2022. This is 2025. I came here in 2022. I am very far away from that girl who came here in 2022, guys. So let's start this journey. Let's start this journey together, guys. If you have not subscribed, subscribe now so that you can see everything as it's going, because I'm going to be sharing every single thing that I have to do as it starts, okay? Another thing that I would highly recommend, if you want to do this process, look for a group and join. Look for a passport group and join. I know that there are many groups. I'm in one. I don't know if there are like how many other groups there are, but I know that there are some groups. I'm in one of them. You will learn a lot. I see people come with their problems. I see people ask questions. Most of these groups have materials that you can use to study. Not even started study. Let me finish this one, then I'll enter the study part. I don't even know the manual to study, but someone told me that you can download it at like on the platform once you have finished your application. So I'll look out for that and try to download the manual to use to study. So yeah, let's do this, guys. All right, it's getting late. I want to be done with this thing so that I can have at least some hours of sleep before I have to get up and go to work tomorrow. See you guys. Hey loves, so it's been about 3 months since I updated you guys about my citizenship application. Been so busy, but a lot of things have happened that I want to update you guys about, and I wrote everything here to share with you guys. Pardon me, I'm actually really tired. Like, I just got off work and I need some rest, but there's a lot that's happened and I want to share. I will put up my timeline so far on the screen and you guys can see while I'm telling you about the events that have happened, okay? But I wrote everything down just so that I don't forget anything. And the things that have happened that I want to share is that after submitting my application, I received a submission confirmation email, and it stated there that this was not my acknowledgement of receipt, it's not my AOR. It just confirmed that I had successfully submitted my citizenship application. I remember that the email also said that I could download a copy of my application notes just for my personal record, so I did that. So when you're done submitting your application, it will send you like a confirmation just to say, oh, we've received your application and everything. After you've paid, it will also send you a receipt, but it will also state there that that's not your AOR, okay? And this was on January 5th, 2026. Happy New Year, guys. And on January 26th, 2026, this was like about a month after, about 4 weeks, I received an email with an attachment mail formally addressing my citizenship application and letting me know that my application is being reviewed and I'll be contacted if additional supporting information is required. It gave me some information on the knowledge test and that it is 20 multiple choice questions and you need 15 correct to pass, okay? Most of the people that I know that are also applying or have applied before me, and even videos I've watched, states that they get their AOR like 3 months. I got my AOR in like a month after I applied. It was like I had to actually screenshot that thing to send to someone to be sure that it's an AOR. I was seeing things because that was so fast. He gave me some information and also told me that getting an invitation to the knowledge test requires that my application will be reviewed and that I have to meet the eligibility. So I got that AOR and it just told me that I might be asked, that they've received my application for my citizenship, and also told me the eligibility that I would have to meet to be able to get my application approved, which was pass your knowledge test. They would also check the number of days that you had been in Canada, like a background check as well, like criminal record and all of that they would check. And then you also need to do a test, like that's the citizenship test basically. Okay, I wrote a note here, right? And I wrote that something I always noted in the correspondence is that the mails always said it could take a few months before you hear from them. Like even when I got that submission of confirmation, it stated there that it takes a while before you get your, like you would hear from them. And even when I got my AOR, it did state also that it will take a while before I hear from them again. So January 30th, that is 4 days after receiving my AOR, I received an email asking me to follow the progress of my citizenship grant application with the citizenship application tracker. I created the account and immediately I did this, I downloaded the discovery study guide. You can either download it on a laptop or order the hard copy to be sent to you. So I actually ordered the hard copy to be sent to me, and I also downloaded the soft copy. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So discovery study guide is the material that you need to use to write your knowledge test, your citizenship exam. That's what is recommended by Canadian government that you should use to write your exam. If you use any other thing, that's your own business. There are a lot of stuff on YouTube and all of that, but you are recommended to use that guide, okay? Another thing I did was immediately start looking for a Nigerian group for the citizenship application process. Yes, so immediately I got my tracker, I asked on a group that I'm in. So I'm in a group where all they do is sell food there actually and buy food. But I mean, there are Nigerians there and it's like a lot of Nigerians. So you can ask any question. Like I usually just typically ask anything that I need. So I just asked in that group, like, please, I need this. Can anybody add me to a passport group? Like, can anybody add me to a citizenship test group? And they added me to 2. Matter of fact, I'm in 2 groups, okay? The last time I received before now was January 30th. And I got another notification February 26th. Actually, immediately after I was added to the citizenship group, I asked there for materials to study. And they gave me a whole lot of materials, like a lot, like study tests, like, yeah, mostly study tests, like all this kind of like, you can try on your own kind of tests. There's plenty. Some of them 400 and something questions, some of them 15 questions, some of them 20 questions, some of them 40 questions, but there are plenty. So I've just been trying to study. I started studying immediately I submitted my application, guys, and I recommend that so that you're not strapped for time. I started studying immediately I submitted my application. Immediately I got my tracker, I downloaded my discovery study guide, and I started studying. Not seriously, just but like every week I try to at least just read a paragraph or so, and I'll show you how I'm studying, guys. So February 26th I received my invitation to take the exam, and I was given a 1-month period to prepare to take the exam. Thankfully, I'd already started studying since January after I got my confirmation of submission. Like once I submitted, I started studying, and now I got my invitation in February. So that's January, February. That's been like a month. And then I have 1 month to take the exam, so I have between February and March to take that exam, and I have to write that exam by March 27th. That's like my last day to write it, so that's like a whole month. So right now I'm studying for the exam. I recommend looking for a citizenship group to join, and so that you can study. So right now guys, I'm preparing for my exam, and I just feel like this thing is very fast. I submitted in December, got my AOR in January. February I'm getting my invitation. That's already 3 months and I've gone like that fast. So I'm just like, wow, you know. So I have to, okay, yeah, I have to take my exam by March 27th. That's my deadline. And let me show you guys how I'm studying, okay? I don't exactly know when I'll be taking this exam. I don't know, but I intend to use the time that they gave me to study appropriately. So I might not be taking that exam until like maybe March 24th or March 23rd, thereabout. Definitely I'll give some gap before, just in case something happens and I have to rewrite the exam. We don't pray for that. I want to write that exam once and be done, but just in case something happens and I have to rewrite the exam, I want to give some space, okay? So yeah, this is the discovery guide. Let me show you guys what it looks like. See, I'm going to hold it up. This is the discovery guide. If I want to study at work, maybe during my lunch break when I'm eating, I can just slot it into my computer and study. That's what I do. And then I have it on my laptop here at home, and I also have the hard copy of it, okay? But I find that I like the PDF, but sometimes I like this because the PDF copy does not have pictures. It's just like words, but the hard copy has like pictures, which might allow you to remember some things, okay? But I'm going to show you how I am using this thing to study, okay? So if you look into it, I've made like little notes. Look at it. This is how I'm studying. I've made like little notes. If you look through it, you see my sticky notes there. Basically, what I intend to do is to study and put sticky notes on every page. Then when I am done studying the whole book, I'm just going to read the sticky notes. I'm not going to read everything. I took note of like the most important things in each page and I put it in a sticky note. And I made it like in a very concise, like summary form, so that once I read it, I can remember everything, because I don't think I'll be able to read this book again. Actually, I recommended to read the book like 2-3 times, but I don't think I will have the time. I want to finish this book and then practice as much study test exams as possible. So I don't want to read this book more than once and then do like a revision. So for my revision, that's why I'm making all these notes that you can see. Every page, like this is how far I've gone. For every page, I put like a study note there. For every page, I put like a study note. I'll show you guys. Look at, that's how far I've gone. Every page I read, I put like a study note. Look at, okay? And then when I'm done with the book, I'm going to just read my study notes, like my sticky notes on the page. That's what I'm going to do, okay? That's how I intend to study. So yeah, I just came to update you guys. My timeline will be on the screen so far, and God is amazing. Like, I can't even talk about how I feel just knowing that I'm at this point. You guys should pray for me for the exam. I need to study more. Like the first 1 month when I started was very, very weird, because it was just very weird because I wasn't used to all the things I was seeing in the book. Matter of fact, I didn't even know about Canada's history like that. But it's actually very interesting. I see the reason why they make you read this stuff, because it's so much information about history, about Canada's legacy and history that you need to know actually before you become a citizen. I am glad that I'm writing the exam. It's given me, like, they make you take it, I think, because you probably wouldn't know all these things regardless. Like, nobody would want to sit down and start studying all of this. So when you read this book, it opens you up to the history of Canada against your will. But as if you are someone who likes stories, you will start to like it. Like, I'm actually liking it. The first few weeks the first month when I was studying, I didn't even understand Jack. But the more I went over it, like, I started getting it, I started understanding it, and then now, like, I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it, actually. I'm enjoying all the history and everything, yeah. So I'll come back to you guys before my exam to let you know how it's going, okay? Pray for me, all right? Take care, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye. Hey, loves. So today is March 20th, 2026. I'm about to write my citizenship test. And I'm just waiting, like, in like 30 minutes, it's going to be 6 o'clock. And I should be getting ready to write the exam then. Like, I want to write it exactly 6 o'clock on the dot. Yeah, so this exam lasts for 45 minutes and they're just supposed to have your PR card with you. I understand that I think they're going to be recording, so it's a proctored exam and you need to show them some kind of identification before you start the exam. At least that's what I remember seeing in the instructions. I've been doing multiple question and answers all day. That's what I've been doing. I stopped reading from Discovery Study Guide like maybe about 3 or 4 days ago, and I've just been doing multiple choice questions because I feel like I remember more from those ones. I've read the book. When I see multiple choice questions, it helps me remember the answers faster, so I think I learn faster from that and I remember more. So I'm just doing multiple choice questions. Yeah, anyway, I came to let you guys know that today's the deal. You should pray for me, pray for your sister. I'm about to write this exam. My laptop is there and everything, and I want to start at 6 o'clock. I'll come back to let you guys know how it went, okay? Fingers crossed. And I'll see you after, alright? Pray for me, pray for me, pray for me. Says you don't win, no winner. Pata pata, you go win forever, winner. Guys, the exam was a breeze. My gosh, I don't know why I was so anxious. Why was I so anxious? I'm done with the exams. But guys, there was nothing to be worried about. You know what? I didn't even realize that I had a scarf on my head. Guys, I actually started the exam and then realized that I had a scarf on my head when I started the exam because I could see myself in the video because I was being recorded. You're being recorded as the exam is going. I saw that I had a scarf on my head. Ha! Every single way I took it and flung it. I took it and flung it out. But anyway, I am done. I am done. I am done. I think from here, it's just going to be nothing else will be required of me from here. It's just going to be their decision, after the citizenship test. My gosh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And I feel so satisfied. I feel so calm. I'm just glad to have all that out of the way. Guys, celebrate with me. I'm so happy. I am so happy. Whew, that's a relief off my shoulders. I'm going now to tell my kids that I passed my exams, and I'll see you guys when next I have something to update you. But celebrate with me, I passed my exams. I'm so happy. All right, bye guys.